Hello, my name is Joy Isaacs and I'm the founder and CEO of ARgENTUM Apothecary. I hope you're all keeping well, and I wanted to touch base with you today on the Summer Solstice and talk about our archetype cards. We have 12 archetype cards represented by animals. These are primordial images that reflect our subconscious, and one comes at random with each jar of our Potion Infinie. So you might have purchased a jar and seen this card and thought, what do I do with that? So I wanted to talk to you a bit more about why we use them and what they're all about. So in the creation of the brand, we definitely looked at these different energies and how we put these energies into the creation of the product. And then we thought to ourselves, wouldn't it be wonderful to share these energies with our customers and then help them look at beauty within? So I believe that beauty is it's not just skin deep, it's something that we feel inside and that we project out. Just as I believe that we project how we're feeling onto imagery, poetry, music, and different bits and pieces like that. So these cards and these images are a really good way for us to sort of uncover what's just below the subconscious. With our cards, you can read our monthly oracle that we have, and they tweet beautiful quotes each week. We also have beautiful music playlists and image libraries, all for inspiration about particular energies and the one that's been drawn to you. So sometimes these energies are pulled to you because it's an energy that needs balancing within yourself. It might actually just be that it's a very powerful, dominant energy at the moment that you can enjoy and that it is totally imbalanced, but it's a beautiful energy that's not causing you any trouble. But I kind of feel that when you look at the image, stuff will come up. And maybe you'll be drawn to a particular area within the card, and that is where the clue is. So I would say that if you are listening to a song, for example, and some of the lyrics might pop up and they resonate with something that's happening in your life. And I think the same as imagery, our eyes are drawn to the area in the image that might reflect something that's going on. So it's there that we find the clue when we're reading the cards. So yes, I do read traditional tarot, and I've always had an interest in that. But now I have just as much fun, if not more, reading our archetype cards. There's a wealth of symbology in the imagery, and so I'll talk about that today because we've got some of the cards here, where you can really look deep into the image and sort of uncover lots of different bits and pieces about yourself that you'd never thought of before. So really the clues in the picture. So I'm going to pick a card now, just say, for example, something that would have been drawn to you if you'd purchased your jar. And then I'm going to tell you how I would read the card. If you're not comfortable with reading for yourself, which is also quite difficult because sometimes we get in the way of getting to the crux of the matter, a very good thing to do would be to visit our website in our 12 Become One section and read the poetry of the oracle that month, the particular oracle archetype that's been drawn to you. You might find a clue in some of that wording, but if not, let's just pull a card and I'll show you how to read it. Okay. So I'm just shuffling. Okay, so I've just pulled the Caregiver card, and this is, they're all beautiful cards and they're all very important, and I think that we can't really disregard a particular energy. They all have their function. The ultimate person would be someone who had an equal measure of all of these archetypes, that they were in balance and they were fully functioning, and none of us do. We can get stuck in different archetypes that dominate sometimes within our character. It might not be in balance, the shadow side might be very strong, or it's in the light and it's very healthy and good and you can use more of it. So really it's just about us making sure that we express these different energies in the right spaces and keep them in balance. So here we have the Caregiver, and so it has the typical matriarchal elephant, fiercely protective. She's facing forward with the tusks coming forward. Above her is the sun, so it's a warm card. There's wheat there that's separated. For that symbology, I always go to separating the chaff from the wheat, and so it's choosing the good from the bad. And It has the evil eye there, the protector eye, the higher self, also looking down over the matriarchal elephant. So there's quite a lot of symbology in there. And so I'd ask people to look into the card and see what they noticed first. And sometimes people will be drawn to the elephant itself. They might be drawn to the eyes, the sun, the wheat, all sorts of different areas here. This part down here where there's like an air ripple. And there's where you'll find the clues to uncover different bits and pieces with it. So I'll just pull another card and talk a little bit about symbology. Here we go. Okay, so here's the Explorer. This is a wonderful card about exploration, as the other one before was about caregiving. And here you'll see a leopard. He's journeying through something that looks like a mountain range. There is a star behind. There is also a paintbrush, and as he's exploring, his spots are being painted on. Also, if you look into the background, you'll see a star, and it has symbol of north. And I always say to people, if they're drawn to that area, it might have something to do with following their heart and not being confused with magnetic north and true north, like following their heart and not their head. So again, lots of different symbology within this. I think that if you look at symbols of air, that would be thoughts. If it was fire, you know, this would be something to do with creativity. Earth, it's very grounding. It would be very earthly matters. And water would have to do with the heart. So very much like traditional tarot, where you can break down the suites, in the background of these cards, you might find things that are linked with air, the sun or the moon. The moon is a very feminine energy. So for example, here we go. I'm going to get you the Lover card. You have the water. The water is very symbolic of emotions. And then you have the full moon, which is again the lunar. Lunatics are named after the moon. At full moon, we all go slightly potty. This is again a very intense emotional card. And so you can uncover all of that from the symbology that you see in the imagery. Our archetype cards were drawn by Joe Wilson, and he's an incredible illustrator that has worked on all sorts of wonderful projects, and we briefed him with tarot and chose our ARgENTUM Archetypes, which were then depicted with animals. And so they have just been a huge part of our brand, and we love to incorporate them into our skincare routine by connecting with yourself in the mirror, thinking about that particular energy as you apply your product. It's a fun thing. It is not something that you have to get involved with, but I think if you're looking to connect a little bit deeper with yourself and really uncover something that might be worrying you, something that makes you feel a little bit imbalanced within yourself, then these cards are a great way or a great tool to kind of get to the crux of the issue. So yeah, I'll take you through one or two more cards just to give you an overview. Here we have the Magician. So this card would be about transformation. So you can see this is a moth/butterfly. And again, people see different things in the cards. Sometimes people even see a slightly different animal to what it is, or think that maybe an element might be the sun when it's in fact a moon. But again, that's projection, and that's really important. It's what you're seeing in the card, and that's where the key is to it all. This is a great card about transforming something in your life or having that energy. Again, a magician could be somebody that is not being honest about something and really using a lot of smoke and mirrors to present something that isn't the way it really is. This is not always the case. It's about balancing the energy, and on the whole, this would be about transforming. If you decided that you really wanted to get fit, if you're like me, I've overeaten this whole time in lockdown, haven't done any exercise, and I really need to get back on top of things, I would love to pull on a bit of this energy so that I could help transform my health and get exercising again and eating less biscuits, I should say. So this really explains a bit about the archetypes, and I hope you enjoy using them. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to contact us at bonjour@argentumapothecary.com.